Bronson, thank you so much for inviting me here. I know you're a very busy man. I know more than anybody that you're busy. You go to school, you have three establishments that you run single handedly. Of course, you do have staff, but you're the master head behind it. But we're going to know more about that because I think you have other people behind the scenes, like family members running the show. But anyway, we're at your Promised Land Child Care Center right here now. So, Bronson, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, who is Bronson, and describe yourself.
Well, that's kind of a difficult question for me to answer because I don't want to talk so well about myself that people say, oh, he's got this big ego, and so then you don't want to talk so humble because then they say, oh, he's fake, So you deal with all those different issues when you talk about who I am or who we are as individual people. But one thing I would like to say about myself is I think that I know when to stop and I kind of know when to go, and so I'm not afraid to fail. So if you say who is Bronson, Bronson's a person who will take a risk. Bronson's a person who's not afraid to fail because I understand throughout history and throughout what I've read that some of the greatest things that we have today is because people took that risk, was willing to fail, and in that failure you learn something. You learn something about yourself, you learn something about others, and then you know how to progress and move forward.
Let's talk business for a while.
Okay.
All right. So, how old were you when you started working?
Wow, when I started working, it had to be like 14 and a half years old. I remember
14 and a half?
14 and a half. North
So,
Carolina, you
did
can
they
work.
call child labor?
No. 14 and a half, you can work in state of North Carolina with a worker's permit.
Okay.
So my dad and I went down to the Department of Social Services, and we got a worker's permit. They had to sign off. I think a caseworker or something had to sign off. Somebody had to sign off on it, and the employee had to sign off on it and give me permission to work at such an early age. But it was only during the summertime, so it was like I was working during the day, or as soon as I got home from school or something like that. When school got back in, the work deceased, basically dissolved.
Did you have to work or you just wanted to
Oh, I
work?
wanted to work. My mom didn't want me to work, not at all. And I think the more she didn't want me to work, the more I wanted to work and want to stay as much as I can. Yeah, I stay extra hours. I didn't care. Go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning and get off at 8 o'clock at 9 o'clock at night. Didn't care. It was
At
something
14
cool.
and a half.
Oh, sure. Sure, it was something cool to do. It was better to sit in the house. There was some years ago that I went to Walmart or someone bought me a little cash box to kind of keep money instead of keeping it in a piggy bank, keeping it in a cash box. And so from that, it has like a little register type of feel to it because you open it, got little things where you put the bill money in. You got to change drawers there. So from that, I kind of opened up a little
Cash box store.
cash box store. I guess that's what you would kind of say, where I was selling little hug juices and things from a local wholesale store where I would go and get some different things and sell those, whether it be airheads or pickles or snow cones, all that good stuff. I was selling it there, right there out of my bedroom. My room actually incidentally had a door that goes straight to the outside. So some of my friends from the neighborhood would come and say, hey, I want this. So instead of going to the store, I was meeting them halfway before it had to pass my house to get to the store.
Okay.
Well, let me tell you this, and at this time I wasn't even 18, okay?
Oh
You know how
my
to
goodness. You did all of this under the age of 18.
Wow, yeah, that's very crazy. So when daycare was next, but daycare was a little bit later on. It was about 3 years ago. It was in 2010 that I got into the daycare business, Promised Land Child Care Center in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. And that's when I got into that. And then, while in daycare, kind of started getting into the real estate business just a little bit.
Okay, fast forwarding, changing the subject just a little bit. Now, I understand that you are a debatable human being.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you and I will get into debates.
Sure.
Sometimes they will be heated debates.
Are they?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
And then you would come here
Uh-huh.
at the radio station and talk about it. Why do you do that?
Why do I do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do I do that? That's a good question. But I think the way to answer that is that things that we may have in interpersonal conversation. I think that God has given me the gift of a platform through mass media to get words out, messages out, and what have you. So what may benefit individuals in interpersonal relationships also, I think we can expand for it outwardly, and it maybe help somebody else along the way who may be dealing with situations or just putting an ideal in their head and maybe give them something to think about.
What is in the future for Bronson Williams, and where do you see yourself at age 35?
By age 35, what's that, about 8 years now from here. At age 35, I hope to be in a position where I'm being able to employ people, giving people opportunities, to do things, maybe start their own business. A lot of times people have great ideas, but they may not have the creative ways of getting financing to make it happen, or having people that they give them that coach along the way to say, hey, you can do it, you can get there too. So I want to see myself employing people. Want to see myself having different media outlets, whether it be television stations, radio stations. There's a lot of things I want to see happen by age 35.
What does a college student, an entrepreneur, and a 27-year-old man all have in common? And your answer is
Bronson Williams.
Bronson Williams.
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
They all have determination. Okay?
Determination.
And those people.
So that goes back to the key to your success, then, determination.
Certainly. That's what. In order to be a successful entrepreneur, you got to be determined. To be a successful college student, you got to be determined. And to be just a person in general, you got to be determined to strive. The Bible says you got to press towards the mark of a higher calling who's in Christ Jesus. So that pressing there is all about determination, all about striving to reach a goal. To know where you are today, but realize that you can be somewhere else tomorrow, and increase. It's all about increase.